When people typically think about the American dream, a few words pop into their minds: freedom, hope, opportunity. The American dream over its history has been revolved around the majority of these ideals. The dream itself, however, underwent changes up to the 21st century. From the Puritans who saw America as a haven and wished to freely practice their religions, to the revolutionaries who wanted to become independent of Britain's control and wanted to form their own separate societies.
Today, the dream has evolved drastically. Our American dream may seem different, but by the end, they will be pieced together to craft the idea of the 21st century American dream.
Here in my garage, just got this new Lamborghini here. Found to ride it around Anaheim. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge. I don't have any knowledge right here, but I got a lot of it in the backyard. So here in my backyard, some really cool stuff, you know. There's this tree stump. I don't know why it's there. It was part of my neighbor's. Got this shed and the hoop. Pretty cool things too. Speed lamp, house stuff everywhere. This pool. Alright, so like, you know, it's a really nice place. When people come over here, they always ask, you know, how did my parents get this place? Well, it all started when they immigrated over here in the beginning of the Vietnam War. They were refugees, and they came over to the United States when they were very young. They grew up in a poor family because they just immigrated there, and basically they grew up in a poor house. Went to a okay school, but the area that they lived in was mostly Vietnamese, so they were all in the same boat. But the one goal that my parents, or that my grandparents had for my parents, was to have them live a better life than what they had in Vietnam. See, what they saw the American dream was that you could basically go, or you can come to the United States and live out your dreams and be able to, you know, make success out of that. That's the thing. So, because they chase their dreams, and that's really what the American dream is about, you know, being able to pursue your goals and still be able to live a decent life. I don't expect to live in a house as big as this or as great as this, but the American dream is the possibility of, like, all people to be able to, you know, have the potential to live, or to be able to be successful.
Hi, my name is Tiffany, and this is going to be a Draw My Life. My parents were immigrants who came from Vietnam to the US in hopes of attaining a better future. My dad came here in 1982, and 10 years later, in 1992, my mom soon followed. They both had heard of the many opportunities that awaited those living in the US and wanted to experience what happiness there felt like. My mom and dad had lived a lonely 3 years until 1999, when they had a little baby girl, aka me. They named me Tiffany, and I grew up to be a bright and happy child. I often liked to play a lot, but was very loved by my parents. 2 years later, they had another baby girl and named her Tracy. Unlike me, she was more confident and sassy. 2 years later, they had another baby girl, and wanting to continue on the tradition of naming their children with names starting with the letter T, they named her Tina. 4 years later, they had another child, but this time it was a boy, and they named him Tom. Unlike any other family, we were rather very diverse in character, but like any other family, my parents had wished for the best of all of us. In 2005, I went to kindergarten and excelled in all my studies. I loved math and learning new things that I didn't know before. Over the next few years, I grew up and soon entered high school. It was here that my parents started talking to me about college and what they had hopes for me, their American dream. As I listened to my parents tell of their story and why they came here, I began to understand the value at which they deemed the American dream. This grand opportunity in life was offered to me through the sacrifices of my parents. To me, the American dream reflected that of what my parents had wanted for me: success and happiness. I wanted to be happy and grow up to be successful for them. To live in a comfy house with a warm family was all I ever wanted. My concept of the American dream was simple, but it was enough to satisfy me and all my needs in life.
Okay, so you two are gonna stay at Aunt Brittany's house for the next couple months. I hate to leave you for so long, but it's time I've done something meaningful with my life, and it begins in 2 days, where I'm going to achieve my dream of travel. I think I'm going to stop talking to you guys now and go pack. I'm going to leave out some food for you guys if you ever get hungry.
God, it's so humid here.
At least the shade is blocking out the heat. Imagine trying to find the wildlife while being burned alive.
Maybe I wouldn't be suffering in this heat then.
Well, just focus on finding the animals. I mean, that's part of the reason why we came out here, right? I mean, I'd rather be on a jungle cruise or ziplining, but...
Shh, not now. We can go after we find the animals. I mean, when do you ever get to see wildlife in the city other than the zoo?
I mean, I guess. Wait, what's that?
Something in the bush? Oh my God! It's a banded tree! No.
How do you know that?
Please, lizards are my specialty. You should know this by now.
I mean, I don't specialize in animals, but I'm pretty sure that's a gorilla and it doesn't look too happy.
Oh God, I think that we're here to fight for its land.
Well, I think it's time to go on that jungle cruise now. Yeah, ziplining sounds like a better idea. Let's go!
God, the heat is killing me. Remind me to travel to places with less heat next time.
Maybe I'll just remind you just more accordingly next time.
Whatever, it's not stopping me from seeing the Great Pyramids or the Sphinx.
But I think those people dressed up as pharaohs will.
Wait, what the heck is going on?
Apparently word on the street is that the landmarks are closed because they're kind of refurbishing it since it's so unstable.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I traveled halfway across the road to see those.
Hey, cheer up, there's still other things to do here.
Like?
For one, there's the Nile River over there. And I also hear Tyrian Island is a lovely place for snorkeling.
I guess I've never been snorkeling before. Let's go.
Okay. Although this dream may not be very realistic, it's a prominent motivator as I work hard at school to combat its stress and struggles. All the stress involved with going to school has made me realize that I want to become more free and not restricted to just this campus every day. Even though this dream will take a lot of money and time, it's the reason why I'm going to attend school to become more successful in the future. Hopefully I can achieve this one day, but for now, I'll keep working at it. Hey Eric, what's up?
Hey Josh, I don't know, I'm just conflicted. I have no idea what to do for this documentary. Like, how do I talk about myself when I barely even know when I want to go to this thing?
You can try getting inspiration from other guys.
Maybe. I might as well try. Alright, so here in my garage. Wait. I don't even have a car, and even if I did have a car, I can't even drive. What do I do?
I guess you can just try the next guys.
Alright then. Alright, this is a bit extreme.
What do you mean?
I mean, did I really have to go to Egypt for this? It's kinda hot, just saying.
Fine, what else you got?
Alright, you know what? I think I'm just gonna take a more traditional approach.
You do you, man. See ya.
See ya. Hi, my name is Eric. I was born in America while my parents were born in Korea, so that means I'm pretty much a first-generation child. And that shaped my American dream greatly, as my family put a heavy emphasis on my education and becoming successful in the future, so I don't have to go through the struggles that they did when they came to America. Because of this, my American dream revolves around trying to find my identity, since I'm not really sure what I want to do in the future yet. I guess you can say that trying to find out what I want to do in the future is also part of my American dream, and what will make me happy. Most of my life has involved me being at school or being in a place of education. Even though I know this about myself, I'm still having difficulty trying to find out what kind of person I am and trying to establish this identity just so I can make something happen in the future. Since I like trying to be optimistic, but most of the time, sometimes it doesn't really work out that well. So I try to stay in a positive mindset as much as possible, and hopefully knowing this about myself can help me find this identity which I've been striving for so long. The reason why I believe that finding my identity is my American dream is the fact that I don't really know what I want to do in my life, as you saw in the beginning. I haven't really made a dedicated passion, and I'm not really sure if I did anything significant on society yet. The fact is, I just don't really have any direction. Because of this, I want to try and make more of a difference. And the first step to this is to try to find out what kind of person I am, so I can discover what I want to do in the future, which is my American dream. The purpose of my story was to reflect the importance of finding your identity and showing how my personal American dream has been influenced by my immigrant parents. As you saw, I had a really heavy focus on education, and my parents wanted me to be successful in the future, so they stressed this greatly. I wanted to show others that it is important to find what characteristics and passions define them as a person, and that although the things around you may influence who you are, it's still important to develop your own sense of identity. I also want to show them that it may be difficult to find this identity and achieve your American dream, but it's doable if you just try and put your mind to it.
In the end, it's not as much about having freedom and becoming independent, but more about hard work and eventual success. Hard work and dedication allows you to reach your desires. That's what the lives of these Oxford teens reveal about the 21st century American dream.